Welcome, welcome, all my wonderful crafty friends. Today I am in a collaboration called Christmas Ornaments. It is so fun. It is hosted by Jackie Russell Creates and Indy Annie Jones. If you have never checked any of those girls out, please do. They are super awesome. I'm also being joined by wonderful, wonderful creators. Let's start crafting. So I'm starting out with some golf balls. Yes, golf balls. Going to take a piece of, this was stockings, like Christmas stockings that you would hang on your wall. And I'm going to just cut about 1.5 inch strips. Taking one of the strips, I'm going to wrap it around the golf ball. And what I'm trying to do is hide that black writing on it. So I'm just going to wrap it around so that it hides that. And just going to tack it down with some hot glue. And then I go all around the brim to make sure that is all nice and tacked down and attached. Then, taking the back end, I'm going to just fold it down and hot glue it into place. Just like you see me doing there. Using a black and an orange paint marker, I'm going to draw on 2 eyes and a mouth and a cute little carrot nose. Then we're going to use some jute rope, hot glue it to the bottom. Wrap it around, leaving enough so that you can hang it. You're going to hot glue it up the side of the ball and you've got yourself a hanger. I do the other two basically the same way. And here are some cute little snowman decorations. Aren't they adorable? I love them. Next craft. These are some medium-ish, smallish size wood rounds. They're 5 inches wide, I believe. Yes, 5 inches wide. We're going to take one and I'm going to stain it just with a paper towel. This is Home Decor's walnut stain. I'm going to do the front and the back, and I do the back of the other two as well. I'm going to paint one with Adirondack Home Decor chalk paint and the other one with Imperial Home Decor chalk paint. I pulled out some little wood letters and I stuck them to a piece of tape on the back. What I do is I lay it down and then I tape it down so that you can stick it onto it. I'm painting the Merry red, the Peace white, and I'm going to paint the Joy with a forest green, I think is what it's called. I accidentally painted it white at first, so I had to give this one 2 coats so that the green would show through. Taking the wood round that we stained, I'm going to take a piece of painter's tape and I'm just going to, on an angle or right across, whichever way you want, I'm going to tape it down, making sure all my edges are nice and smooth down. We're going to paint 1/2 with the Imperial red. And then we're going to paint the other half with that same forest green, and it's an acrylic paint. We're going to peel off that tape, showing a nice crisp line. And put it aside, and we're going to do the next one. Taking the one that was painted in the Adirondack white. Again, we're going to take a piece of painter's tape, tape it across. And then I had this fabric in my stash, so I'm going to apply some Mod Podge to the bottom part, just below that tape. Lay down my fabric. Then I'm going to bring that part up and apply Mod Podge onto the top part and lay that down, flattening it out with my hand. Then I'm going to cut a square out so that I'm not working with a great big piece of material. And I'm going to add some Mod Podge on top, just where I want the material to be, not where that painter's tape was. Now, taking my piece word, we're going to lay it across this one here and just hot glue it down. Taking this one with the fabric, and after it's all dry, I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. And then because the Mod Podge kind of stuck to the tape, I'm just going to use my ruler and a knife, score along where the tape meets the wood round there, and peel it off just like so. For this one, we're going to use Mary. And I kind of scatter it around to look a little wonky. And again, hot glue it down. For the red one, I'm using this nice white ribbon. We're going to lay it across the center hot glue the ribbon onto the back. And then this one is going to get the word joy. And again, I'm just hot gluing them down. Now it's time to decorate. I'm using these gold stemmy things. Stemmy, I don't know, to pick. And they're gold. They look like stems. And I'm going to use little pieces of branches that I pick up from Amazon. Add some ribbons and some bells and some other things. And we're just going to have fun decorating. I think this is the most fun part, is figuring out what you want to put on these little ornaments. You can really do anything you want. You can add pine cones. One of the ones I put on holly berries. And then with some jute rope, I hot glue it to the back. Cover it with a little bit of ribbon for a hanger. And here are all three. I love how they turned out. Can you imagine making many of them with like believe and love and faith and all kinds of words? Next one. Using a piece of board, I forget what it's called, and some jute rope, I'm going to wrap all the way around. And then I'm using this nice lacy ribbon, and we're going to wrap that around a couple times. I think I go around maybe 10 times, cut that off. Kind of like we're making a tassel. We're going to scrunch it into the middle using a piece of jute rope. We're going to wrap it around the middle, tie it in the back. And I already cut open the loops there on the end, which I didn't show you. But yes, you're going to have to cut those open as well. A little bit of hot glue to make sure that knot stays. And then I'm going to wrap over top of the jute rope that same ribbon. And I go around 2 or 3 times. And hot glue it into place as well. Taking a piece of cardboard, I'm going to attempt to draw out some wings. Kind of look like butterfly wings to me, but it still turns out. And then cut it out with my scissors. Using some white felt, I'm going to hot glue the felt onto both sides of the wings. And all I do is hot glue one side down, and then I do the other side. And again, cut it out with my scissors. As close as you can get to that. I found this lace here in my house actually. I'm going to cut off a piece big enough. And again, we're going to hot glue the lace on top of the felt. Easy peasy. And again, trim it around with your scissors. Taking that same lacy ribbon that we've been using, we're going to hot glue that on the edge so that it hides the edge where you can see that it's cardboard. Finishes it off and makes it look nice and pretty. Laying that down, we're going to take our tassel and we're going to glue it on top, just like so. And then taking another piece of that gold stem stuff, we're going to make a little loop of it, seeing how much you need. Hot glue it down, just like so, giving our angel her halo. Taking another piece of that ribbon, we're going to hot glue it onto the back for a hanger. And this beautiful little angel is done. I love her. It's so pretty. And neutral. I love that, how neutral it is. I'm usually a red and green and gold kind of gal for Christmas, but I love how this one turned out. Next craft. We've got 3 tags. We're going to take off all those strings, but you can save them because you'll use them for later. I'm going to paint one in the Imperial Red. We're going to paint one in the Hunter Green. I think I called it Forest Green, but it's Hunter Green. And one in Spun Gold, I think it's called. The front and the back. Taking the green one, and these here I got from Beebeecraft. They're those rubber stamps, I think is what they're called. What I'm going to do is taking Adirondack White, I'm going to paint it onto it, and then press it down onto my tag, and it comes on. Transfers on. Using a red paint marker, I'm going to write on Joy. On the gold one, I'm going to do the same thing, but it says Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas. Now I forget what it says. I think it's Happy Christmas. Yes, happy. And with this one, I'm going to draw on some holly and some leaves and berries, holly berries. And for the red one, I'm just simply going to write on Mary. With some jute rope, I'm going to string it into the hole there, cut off a piece. I'm going to use a little bit of tape at the end to help me string on my beads. And to every one, I string on 4 beads. And then I tie it off on the end. Excuse me. And I found this ribbon in my stash. I believe I got it from one of my sisters. It looks like little lights on it. I'm going to make a cute little tiny bow. Glue it to where that hole is. And when you're done that and decorating, these 3 are done as well. And I love those 2. I can't pick a favorite. I like them all. I guess I'm a little biased because I made them, so I like them. Next craft. I picked this here fabric up at Dollarama. I picked up 2 because I really liked it. I didn't measure out how big it is, but I just kind of rolled it out and said, yep, that's big enough, and cut it off there. We're going to fold it so that the fronts are facing each other, just like so. And then with a white, I forget what kind of pencil this is, but anyways, I'm going to draw on a stocking and a triangle, which will be a tree. Going to cut those out with our scissors. And then flipping them so the bad sides are facing each other, we're going to glue all around the edges, but leaving one side open. Because then we're going to stuff it with some stuffing. Taking some stuffing, we're going to stuff it in there. For the tree, I hot glue the 2 sides together. And then I have a branch from outside of my yard. We're going to stick that in the middle for its trunk. Hot glue the fabric around it. Then taking that same ribbon that we've been using, I'm going to hot glue that to the sock, and I do one onto the tree too for something to hang it with. And then that ribbon that I have one that's a little bit wider. We're going to trim off the top of the stocking, and I do on the bottom of the tree as well. And again, just using some hot glue to tack it into place. I found this very thin burgundy ribbon. It's like a dark red burgundy. I'm going to make a double loop finger bowl. Add those to them. And here they are. And I love these too. I hope you like them too. I would like to thank Jackie and Annie for hosting this challenge. I had a lot of fun trying to make different kinds of ornaments. Oh yeah, if we haven't met yet, my name is Tammy, and this is Lamas Creations DIY. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I thank you all for watching, so please subscribe, like this video, and don't forget that bell. We'll see you again next time. Bye!